What's up everyone, trust you're doing very good out there. Welcome to Yaletech, and right here in this video we'll be looking at how to fix a keyboard with no sound. As you can see with me, I have a PSR 550, so this is applicable to any PSR series or any category of keyboard generally. It's just very simple, so I'm just trying to correct the polarity there. So the issue with this keyboard, no sound. And once you don't have a sound from a keyboard, areas you should check is your volume. If your volume might be misbehaving, so check that. If for you to be sure, just take your hand to the volume at the back, the terminal there, just touch it with your hand. Once you hear a sound, then it's the volume. If you don't hear it from there, then it's not a volume. Then another factor can be the speaker. Yes, the speaker can be another reason why it's not functioning well. And the third one is the sound IC. So as you can see for this one now, I've done all those three factors at least why it is the sound IC. So the sound IC is always resting on that heatsink. So as you can see it on this one too, is resting on the heatsink there, because over time it generates heat. So to be able to cool it down, that is why there is need for heatsink there. So what I'm just doing is just to lose all the boot. So I will lose the boot out, so I have maybe like 10 or more boots there. So we'll lose it out. So let's check that out. So right here for this particular case, just know it is IC. So don't forget the three things can be involved: sound IC, speaker, maybe your speaker is bad, or maybe the wire disconnect, or the volume. Although at times some failure of capacitor too can determine. So just do your cross-checking very well and be sure, but most time it is between those three, and majority of the time, if except for maybe your speaker remove or maybe the volume fail, so usually the sound IC that usually fail most time. So it's very common among you. So this one is a very dead keyboard, so a particular client bring it for me, and I done all the three factors I mentioned, so you can see it there. So quickly we'll just I will desolder it now. So get your soldering iron ready, your lead socket too, because sometimes you need to suck the lead very fast, so to make your work more easier. So that is what I want to do here. At this point, just for curiosity's sake, I was suspecting maybe the voltage didn't get delivered to the IC, because if the voltage that ought to be delivered there didn't supply, then there may be issues. So I just test run the that is A27 there. So I just test it out to be sure that it's not the one, because the IC need a voltage too. So if there is no voltage being delivered to it, nothing will ever come up. It will never give any sound. So I checked that. I'm sure the transistor has no issue. There's no problem with that one at all. So let's just lose the what's this over the sound IC. That's it. I'm touching there. So we'll lose it. So if you have a drill, you can use your drill there, or cordless, or any type you have. Just lose it out. So if you find the value in this channel, if you know my channel has been helping you, or from this particular video, why not give me a like button? That encourages me to do more. And please subscribe. I check my analytics, about 97% of you guys just watch my video. You don't really subscribe, just 3% subscribe. why not do me a favor? Just click that. Do it. Encourage me to do more and go further. So please do that. If you, in case you have any friend that needs helpful videos like this, why not share it to them? That is what I specifically do on this channel, to teach people how to solve technical problems like this from the comfort of their home. So sometimes you don't need to waste money. If you are very calm and you follow instructions, you can definitely solve most of this issue yourself. So let's continue. So you can see me what I am just trying to disconnect some of those cables there, so as to make things more easier for me. The first one I remove is for the LED. That's the 5 volt that powers up the screen. That is where it taps from. So let's get our soldering iron. This is my soldering paste. Yes, you need stuff like this too, because sometimes when you try to solder or you desolder, your lead may spread, and if care is not taken, if you don't really desolder it back, let's say you forgot to do that, that may cause a big problem. It may cause a very big one, because imagine, let's say terminal 2 and 3, which are not to touch each other, and unfortunately you mistakenly touch it, it will cause issue. You can see this one, and this is the IC we want to replace there. So ensure that the one you are getting is the exact type with the former one there. The former one was LA407. Yes, that is 407. In Nigeria, that is 4007. So let's start our desoldering. So let me check if my iron is very hot enough. Yes, it's hot. So let's desolder now. Time to get to work. So you can just press your soldering pump. For some of you that you don't know how to use it, just press it down inside, and when you want to suck it, you just press the button, that one that my hand is close to, then it will suck the lead. That is when you apply it to that point. You understand? So you can do that. Please, I know my camera is not too sharp, and I'm trying to get one very soon. In case you feel like supporting me, check the link in the description. You can support me with anything you have, and if peradventure you have a camera you want to give to me, or a phone with a gift code camera, feel free to DM. I really appreciate that. So but for now, let's just manage what we have. So just bear with me. Over time the camera will get better. So you will just heat it up. Once you heat it, then you press that green button on that soldering pump, then it will suck it off. That's how to do it. You touch it, you suck it, you press that pump from up again, you suck it again. That is the way you keep doing. You don't need to rush. I could have just fast forward this video, but because I want you to really see how it's being done, because if I fast forward it, this section may take 1 minute or 2 minutes, and you may think that's a normal duration, but it's not. So it takes time. You apply it, then you suck it, keep going that way gradually, and at the end of the day you desolder it very clean without damaging or bridging any terminal together. And remember that soldering paste I applied on it earlier, it will prevent, in case our iron mistakenly breach 2 areas, it will not make them touch. If at all they touch, with just a touch of a soldering iron, you will be able to separate it without causing any issue. You understand? And so that is the advantage, to make every place neat or oily. And mind you, it's not conductive. Yeah, it's not a conductor. So even though you put your, so that is to tell you that let's say you finish using it now, you don't have the fear of maybe to bridge any area together. No, you don't need to bother about that. But it's just good that when you are through with it, then you clean it up. You can use a spirit, you can use petrol. Yeah, not too much, just a little. Just use it to wipe the area so that the grease on it will really wipe up, and that's all. You just leave it to dry. So as you can see, I've desoldered it here. It's because of time, I just have to just remove it very fast. You can see it now. This is the new one I'm holding by my right. This is the old one by the left. Let's put that aside. So let's put this one in now. Ensure you put it at the right port there, not the wrong place. So be mindful of that. Not that the pin 2 should enter pin 3. You cause problem with that, because let's assume pin 3 is for ground and pin 2 is for, let's say, 5 volts. By the time you interchange them two things can happen. Either you damage the board or you damage the IC. So, and you don't want that to happen. So my own did not really set whether it's why I just adjusted a bit, because when I bought it, in the process of taking it in my pocket, so some of the clip bent, that's why. So it's just to straighten it, that's all. So when you put it in, don't just start soldering. Tie the bolt first, so that you will not solder it down in such a way that you will not be able to tie the bolt. So tie the bolt so that the right height will be there. I believe you get what I'm saying, because if you just push it in, the terminal will come out, but you will not be able to tie it. And if it is not resting on that zinc, it generates heat, and over time it could make it burn on time. So that's why you tie it, so that you'll be able to get the exact leg that how to come out at the terminal there. And that's just it. So I'm tying it now, and then the little part will just come out now. So we will not have any doubt of maybe it will be too short or too long. So you can see it now. Yeah, sorry for the camera, please. You can see it very simple. Don't forget, subscribe to this channel if you've not done that. If you know you are getting value from this channel, please like my video. Please, I'm begging you, like this video. Like it at least. Do that to encourage me, and subscribe if you've not. Do that. Alright. So I'm just cleaning my iron because of some little dirty on it. So is that so? This our soldering paste. If possible, you can apply it if you've not applied it earlier, and if you want, you can just dip the edge of your soldering iron in it, if that is what you want. Either way it will work. And if you don't have it, it's to still work, but you just need to be careful so that you don't breach. You can see me using a scissors to just touch it, so I can apply it. So that will make the environment very oily. So even though my lead splash, it will not touch the wrong place, and if at all you touch, I can easily separate it. So let's start the soldering. Sorry about my camera once again. And for those that feel like supporting me, please feel free to do that. I have a link in the description. Show me love link. You can just click it. And anything you feel like donating, $5, $2, $1, nothing is too small. That goes a long way. And we can get a good one and make our camera quality more better. Thank you for doing that in advance. So let's continue now. So you can see my terminal 1. It's very simple. Just the tip of an iron, that is what you'll be using, just to touch it. You don't need to apply too much, just little. And if you can get a lead that is more tiny than this, or this is tiny, but there is still one that is still more tiny than this, tinier than this. That one, those people that repair phone, most of them use that type. But unfortunately, I don't have that, because I deal with big gadgets like the arms and the rest. So. But this one is still okay, not the big type. So you see the way I'm just applying it, and I'm going gradually. So just keep going that way. So there is a little splash there. So I just used that sorry for that light splash. I didn't notice that when recording on time. Okay. So we just keep going that way. Please like this video. Sorry about the light. I didn't know it would really enter my camera. It was someone holding the light for me, that's why. Sorry about that, but the light will still go. It's just for some few minutes. Immediately I noticed it, I asked them to off it. Sorry about that. So we'll keep going. We're almost done. Almost done with the soldering. And when you finish your soldering, I believe you should have a multimeter. If you don't have, where you can do visual inspection to ensure that no legs are breaching with each other, especially those that are close to each other. Take note of that they are not breaching, because that could cause a very big problem. So if you see anyone breaching, you can easily separate them on time. So just separate them. The reflection of that light will soon go off now. Alright, immediately I notice it, I ask them to stop, so it's better now. So I'm trying to avoid a bridge there. Nice one. Okay. So for some of those legs that are not really sewed well, I'm just trying to adjust it to ensure the leather is really contact well, perfect. So that's what I'm doing. As you can see, the process is very interesting. At least of you giving someone $20–50 to fix this, with me getting the IC for maybe like $2–3, you can fix it yourself and save your money. And then for those of you that want to use it as key, at least you can make your money from that. So look at what I'm doing now, just to confirm that there is pure contact with every terminal. The first thing I will check is to ensure that each of those pins that comes out, no one breach. So I test my continuity to be sure my meter is working. Then I will touch those closed terminal with each other. You see, some of them will read, some of them will not read. That one is not a problem. What you're avoiding is continuity. That is showing that they bridge together. So right now, no one of them is bridging. So that is good. So we'll keep testing it to be sure. So there's a little splash there, so I'm just trying to separate it. Once again, sorry about the camera. I'll have a better one so next. So keep going. So try as much as possible to avoid any form of breach. Assuming my camera is very sharp and I really zoom in, you'll be able to see it. It's very clean job. No bridging or anything. It's very clean, like factory soldering. So then I want to really check that some of the terminal are really connected. So if I touch the pin, I'll look at where the line flows to. So let's touch a pin now, for example, pin 1. Okay, now I want to check maybe there is any bridge. No bridge. I'm just trying to be sure. No bridge with the next one too. I know there is no bridge from my inspection, but you know, sometimes a little splash in between can really cause a big problem. So that is why I'm just taking time to cross check very well. Then I'm tracing the line that there is proper contact with it. So you can touch a pin, look at where the line flows to, touch it, and be sure that the signal really flows there. So with that, you know that. So there is nothing like partial contact. You know, when you sew, sometimes if it is not firm enough, it may work and be failing. You understand? So to prevent that, I'm just checking to be sure of that. So anyone I notice that with, I can resew it. Imagine when I couple everything, I notice there is issue. You know, it can be somehow, but if I not check it now and I detect that, I can easily fix it along the way very fast, which is very interesting. So we're almost done with it. So now that we've done this and we're so sure, so what I do is I dip my brush in petrol a bit, then I want to use it to just clean it. You can see it now. And you see with the cleaning now, everything looks very neat. And if you look at that soldering very well, you can see how neat it is. Because I'm not rushing. That is why I did not forward this video, so that you see how long it takes. If you are fast enough, you may do it 10 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on how good you are, no problem. But just no point rushing unnecessarily. Just take your time, do a very good job. So we're almost done. Right now, I will get my battery set so I can plug it. Then we'll check. Even though without pressing the keys I can be able to still check, because you can touch your volume terminal or the sound IC itself. Just touch it while it's connected. You must hear some gramming noise which indicates you've done a good job. If you are not hearing any sound at all, you see now some area I'm doubting that there is not properly firm or maybe partial contact. You see me trying to just adjust those areas and to just do a very good job. You can see how clean it is. If you've not liked this video up to this extent, please do. At least do that to support and encourage me. That keeps me going. And also subscribe. Just 97%. Just 3% subscribe. 97 didn't. Subscribe if you've been getting value from this one. So you can see me now. Want to test. So let's check it out. You can see the way it's grabbing. It's grabbing. So hearing that indicates that it's working now. Now we have sound. So if I connect everything now, we hear a very good sound and we are good to go. Find this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.